Hi, thanks for clicking on my video. My name is Alejandra Sofia and this is Star Power Alchemy YouTube, delivering to you weekly and monthly astrological news from the macrocosm to the microcosm of you. Today I'm tuning into the sign of Gemini via the ARiES New Moon on April 5th, 2019. But first, a few announcements. I am offering readings for $60, 30-minute new moon readings. Please email me at starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. I'm teaching a class of Get to Know Yourself through your birth chart, through learning the planets, the signs, and the houses from April 17th until June 17th. And the ARiES New Moon is in my description, so click on the video and please subscribe. Now for you, Gemini. Gemini, did you know you're the hardiest sign of all the zodiac? Did you know that? Has anyone ever told you that? That's why you need a reading with me, because no one's ever told you that, and you need to know why. Why are you the hardiest sign? Well, you're about innovation, Gemini. Has anyone ever told you that? You are the sign of innovation. You are multi-dimensional. Every door is open to you, Gemini. Every single door is open to you, and you know that. You know that, Gemini, above everyone else in the zodiac, all your brothers and sisters in the zodiac, the 11 brothers and sisters. So this moon of the ARiES New Moon, which is about getting out there, which is what you love to do already. You love to get out there. You love to shake it up with people and ideas and creativity, and you constantly need stimulus, because that is what you're so excited about. You're excited about what's possible. You're excited about what you can do. You're excited about life, and every door is open to you. So with this ARiES New Moon, that is all about getting out there and pushing to new levels. That's exactly what you're doing. You are pushing to new levels, and there are some doors to beat down, however, and there's some places in which you actually need to stand down. So that's the interesting part, because you do have to stand down in some places. You've got Saturn, that there's a T-square in this ARiES New Moon, and the T-square is with Saturn in Capricorn, and so that's happening in your 8th house. So that's the relationship realm, but it's specifically the psychological relationship realm. So there's places in your psychology that you're having to really get to know and really kind of button up, but in a way that's good for you, in a way that's growing you, in a way that's maturing you. And so if you are dealing with any kind of bureaucracy, if you are dealing with the law in any kind of way, if you are, because this is in the relationship realm, there could be somebody who's mistreating you or psychologically manipulating you. That level of intensity absolutely can go to that extent. You just got to stick to common sense. You got to stick to getting to know, because Gemini, you're a sign that loves to grow and loves to know and that's how you grow. So continuing to learn, continuing to understand how to get, because especially with Mars and Gemini for this month, Mars just moved into the sign of Gemini. It is a great time for you to just keep learning everything and know that reality is bendable. Reality is bendable, and that's the thing, Gemini. You are absolutely you like to play mind games, and so there's a real kind of like effed up way of playing with mind games, and then there's also like playing with mind games in a conscious way that's positive, of just like, expanding your mind, learning more, being a mastermind, being intelligent, using your brilliance, in a positive way, and continuing to develop new ideas, and so learning, exposing yourself to new groups, because you've got the new moon in Aries is in your house of groups, is in your house of the future and pushing beyond these large arenas. And that's really where you're being called to, Gemini. You're being called to a larger arena, and you can do it. And there's some doors to beat down, and there's some places to stand down that are really just going to help you navigate to really get you where you want to go, because again, you've got Mars and Gemini in your sign for this month of April. And furthermore, the other areas with Saturn and Pluto, just continuing to find the right strategies, and also humble up where you need to humble up, and then because to Gemini, you can forget about your emotions. That's the area that the North Node's pointing into your 2nd house, of just remember your peeps, remember the people you love, remember your emotions, remember to connect with your emotions, because you can get so caught up and lit up. and in your head and your intellect, and forget about those other parts of you that are very emotional. So as you're expanding, you're being called into these new arenas. So these other parts of you that are being called out, because you've got Venus and Neptune and Mercury in Pisces up in your 10th house of your calling, of your public, of your that's your public self, but it's also your career, but it's also like your greater calling. You're being called to really dream your dream on new levels, because you know you can do anything you want to do, and all these doors are open to you. So the things that you're choosing to do and to initiate, and in this month, in this very ultra spring moon, Aries new moon energy of opening up doors into your future, you're really seeing like, holy, this is where I've been holding back. Holy God, I can have that future if I want to do it. So there is this like meeting the grade, making goals and going for it, but there's places, there's a role, there's lots of arenas of your life to consider. So there can be tendencies to get overly selfish, and so that's part of what these other aspects are just asking you to just like, whoa, hold your horses, and yeah, you can't. It is a no holds barred situation, but it really is about encompassing all these areas of your life if you really want to have a full and fulfilling life. But yeah, there's these other places pouring in because of Venus and Neptune again and Mercury. Again, I'm looking at my computer, that are opening up a deeper longing, a more dream, more romance, more of these other parts of you, especially if you have been spending too much time in your mind, needing to, again, Gemini is multidimensional. So as you're illuminating yourself and saying, wow, I actually am in disconnection to my body, and I do need to spend more time in nature, and I do need all these other facets of myself that I'm not engaging because I've been kind of more in this masculine mind mode. And so that's important, to continue to open up to your emotionality, stay connected to your emotions, feel yourself as you are. Also, again, there is a very relational element to your chart with Pallas Athene in your 5th house. So there could be some mediation, but mediation with other people, and coming into agreements with other people, and that things are fair and even-sided, and so there is that something at play for you as well, as you're opening up your mind and your intelligence to new ideas and new ways of viewing your life, so that you can go through these other doors, so that there's a way of like making agreements this month, or moving into a new agreement relationship in the realm of relationships. So from business to personal relationships on all levels. So changing your relational contracts, right? With Pallas Athene in the sign of LiBRA, I am pronouncing it correctly. Ceres is making a strong trine to the new moon in Aries, and because you are so willing to get out there, I mean, it's easy for you, Gemini. You like to get out there. You love a good, you love repartee. You love interactions with people. You're very mercurial. You love to laugh. You love wit very much. There's this expanding out into other social networks in new ways with your creativity. So it is about joining new circles of belonging. Like if you haven't been, just taking up something new, taking up something you've always wanted to learn because you love to learn, and something that you want to become. And even if it's just a challenge, like I'm going to challenge, I've never played an instrument before, and now I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to learn how to play guitar or whatever that is. And then you start, whatever, in 2 months, you could start jamming with somebody. Like, you can do that. You have that kind of mental ingenuity and agility to put yourself into grooves, learn structure, and become these things that you want to be. So you're really being challenged inwardly to do that. Let's see, what else? So all the main points I've spoken to. There's one more thing with Uranus in the house of your 12th house. It's again more of that's a general transit that's happening of like, look where you need to simplify so you can have more of what you want. Look where you need to simplify. So there are shifts in lifestyle, in how you want to pare down, trim down, and that is actually very healing to you, because you can be a very hungry sign that wants everything. And even though it may not seem like that because you're an air sign, you have to remember you're always connected to these other places. And Gemini, there's so much that you want, you know, that you can have because you're multifaceted. So there you go, the month of April through the ARiES New Moon, Gemini. Again, please email me for readings, and absolutely please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and enjoy and have a fantastic month. Much love.